What's up, guys? I have another wrestler profile for you guys today. Today I'm going to be talking about the Big Boss Man and the impact that the Big Boss Man had in his years with the WWF and, of course, when he went to WCW and returned to the WWF in the late 1990s. The Big Boss Man, when he first came onto the scene in the WWF, he was brought in by Slick as this big, huge law enforcing individual that was there to set the WWF straight and lay down the law. He was an amazing attribute by himself, but then of course they saw that Hakeem, the American Dream, or the African Dream, sorry, wasn't taking off, so they created the Twin Towers. This tag team by far was probably one of the most dominating tag teams in WWF history. Okay, they were the ones that actually split up the Mega Powers, because during the match with the Mega Powers, you saw Miss Elizabeth get thrown over the ring, Hulk Hogan ran off, blah blah blah. The big explosion of the Mega Powers was due to that match with the Twin Towers. Okay, so the Twin Towers, just to have a main event role like that was huge for them, and those two tag teams, those two individuals worked perfect alongside each other. Then you had the Big Boss Man in his... sorry, I'm going to touch on one more thing with the tag team as the Twin Towers. The Twin Towers were actually the first tag team to go against the Rockers out of WrestleMania. So Shawn Michaels' first WrestleMania was against the Twin Towers and against the Big Boss Man. So, which they dominated the Rockers. They just destroyed the Rockers. Then Big Boss Man ends up going solo. He got injured and he ended up going solo and losing tons of weight. He really slimmed down, not like super slim, but slimmed a significant amount. And this was the perfect opportunity for them to make him a face, sorry. So the Big Boss Man came back. He was talking about how Hulk Hogan was by his side when he was injured. He became this huge baby face, and this was when he was going up against people like Nails, who had no wrestling ability whatsoever, who was brought in as an ex-con to go against Big Boss Man, saying that Big Boss Man had treated him wrong when he was in jail, and blah blah blah. Really, the story didn't really take off. It kind of made sense, but it didn't at the same time. Big Boss Man was just there to destroy everyone. Big Boss Man was in several Survivor Series matches and was very dominating in those matches as well. One key thing about the Big Boss Man was he would always handcuff his opponents to the ring so they could use the club on his opponents, and that was the match actually that Nails and him had. Sorry, not club, nightstick. So that was the match him and Nails had, was a nightstick on a pole match at Survivor Series. So the Big Boss Man, he was with the WWF until the early 1990s. Then he switched over to WCW, where most of the wrestlers were going to, because they were getting a larger paychecks there. And the WCW wanted to bring in more wrestlers from the WWE or WWF at the time. So the audience was kind of confused to see, oh, well, I'm following this wrestler, and now this wrestler is there, so I have to jump ship and follow them. Once again, he became this police enforcement character there. And it was kind of weird because the character that he portrayed in WCW was so watered down compared to the actual original Big Boss Man character. And I think the WCW totally went wrong with the character. Big Boss Man could have been a huge superstar, and I think the WCW definitely dropped the ball on him. There's no significant matches in my opinion that really stand out from his WCW career. And then, of course, we have him coming back in the WWF in the late 1990s and joining the corporate ministry, or the corporation. And he was, once again, a law enforcement officer. He was there to protect Vince McMahon and the corporation. Some of the significant matches were him with Big Show. The whole segment with him, in the car, Big Show's father's funeral. That was amazing. But, once again, he never had many main event matches. Another one was Hell in a Cell match. I remember him actually getting hung in it, and it was crazy to see an individual actually get hung in a Not a Hell in a Cell. Yeah, it was Hell in a Cell actually. Getting hung in the actual cell was just insane to see that. But Big Boss Man's actually another wrestler that's passed away, so rest in peace, Big Boss Man. This has been your wrestler profile of the Big Boss Man. You guys let me know what you guys think about the Big Boss Man. What's your favorite matches of his? Once again, I'll put some Big Boss Man footage in my favorites so you guys can go check him out if you have never seen him before. So comment below and follow me on Twitter, JustFaith31. I won't be using my other Twitter account anymore. This will be my main Twitter account. So follow me on that. Catch you guys later. Peace.